Hey YouTube, this video is going to show you 7 different neck knives. These are budget price neck knives from Meyerco. On the left is the utility cutter. Next to that is the Randall King neck knife. Next to that, double-edged Blackie Collin Necklance. Next to that is the drop point Blackie Collins Necklance. Next to that you have a Dirk Pinkerton kind of utility knife blade. Then another Dirk Pinkerton. And on the right is a very old neck knife that you can still find available on eBay sometimes, and it was designed by Blackie Collins. Alright, now the third knife and the fourth knife I've actually had for several years, and I just found out last week that Meyerco has expanded their line with a whole bunch of different blade shapes. All the handles are essentially the same. They are FRN, but they have a lot of different blade shapes. Alright, before I show you the features, let me roll in some footage of different types of cutting using these different neck knives. Alright, I consider these to be light utility cutters. Let's see what this one does just against some cardboard. Alright, well, that shredded it pretty well. Alright, let's try the Randall King knife with some, this is jute twine. You can get this at dollar stores sometimes. Let's see that recurve. Alright, well that cut the jute very well. Recurves are good. Alright, well the draw cut with the recurve works excellent on the jute twine. Okay, next up I got this utility cutter. Let's see how that line cutter section handles just some regulation paracord. There you go. Alright, it didn't do it too fast, but basically when you get that motion going, it does cut it. Alright, let's try the edge of this utility cutter. Let's just see. Alright, well, I don't know if you can tell, the cut is a little bit jagged, so it's not razor sharp, but nonetheless it is pretty sharp for an $8, kind of semi-disposable item. Alright, and this is a little double-edged dagger. Let's see how the tip holds up to some abuse. Alright, the tip actually held up quite well. I don't see any damage or deformation to the tip. Nice. Alright, last test. Let's see how this drop point does. Just push cutting into a piece of wood. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so you see that there. Alright, I hope you enjoyed seeing these in action. These are light utility blades. Obviously, semi-disposable $5 to $8 blades. So I'm not going to pretend that it's some sort of bushcraft tool. It's definitely not. But still, I wanted to test it out a little bit. Now, the sheaths on these are all the same, except for that one on the right. But, there's the pile of sheaths there. Alright, so here is the standard sheath. It's meant so that you can wear it as a neck knife, but a lot of people don't actually like things hanging on their neck, so you could put a key ring through this and also use it as a keychain knife. These are extremely light. Alright, it fits in like that. The sheaths do work, and they are silent. They do retain it, but it's also very easy to deploy. Alright, so they hold it in just enough to retain it, but very easy. The shape of the sheath does not actually match all of the blades. The way it holds it in is actually this part right here. Those plastic wings, you might say. There's little indents, right? And that's what's holding it in. All right, so that's how the sheaths work. All right, just a closer look at some of these. This is actually might be the most useful to a lot of people. Has a flathead screwdriver there. You could also use that as a little pry bar. They specifically say to not use these for prying, but in an emergency that could pry a little bit. You have a line cutter there, serrated blade portion there, and a cap lifter there. This is the Randall King neck knife. If you're wondering why the shape is so weird, it's actually based after a knife called the Wraith, which is actually a very expensive knife made by custom knife maker Randall King. Right, so that's why it's shaped like that. And I imagine this one is more your last ditch slashing tool, your get the hell off me type knife. And the two Blackie Collins models. This is a Dagger. It is double-edged, so look into your local laws on double edge. Alright, and this is the drop point version. And the two Dirk Pinkerton models. You see, this is basically like a box cutter utility blade. And it also has a forward tip, but it has a recurve. This is actually my favorite one out of all these, because in my experience, Wharncliffe type blade shape is always useful. Alright, and last, the little Blackie Collins neck knife with a combo edge. These are not available anymore in stores, but I did see just today they are available on eBay. Alright, and it came with this little sheath, like so. That locks it in. You push that to release it. And you can wear this as a neck knife as well. Alright, hope you enjoyed this slight testing and overview of these neck knives. And I think, as long as you're not expecting them to be some sort of super knife, I think they will serve well. Light, cheap little knives to just put in very small survival kits, maybe secondary kits, just little things. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out.